Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Welcome to Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey. We have a spectacular episode for you today. It is all about destination paradise. We're going to meet a gorgeous artist from Berlin who now calls the Palm Beaches home. She even wrangles me into a bathing suit for a photo shoot. You don't want to miss that. We're also going to talk to an extremely talented, award-winning destination wedding planner who's got all the insider tips. And lastly, we will get a private tour in a gorgeous new luxury development right here in the heart of Delray Beach. So stay right where you are.
Being on the ocean, being in South Florida, we're so blessed to be here.
Is this amazing or what? What's the craziest request you've had for a wedding?
To have monkeys.
There you go, beautiful.
Wow! Holy whoa! How do you do it, Derek?
A lot of love, baby.
This is so me. I said, wait, this is me.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so let's go.
Whoa! Misha has attacked the cameraman.
Woo! Man, she is a natural.
You're good.
This is the rarest golden South Sea pearl necklace
Yeah.
in the world. I have to admit, I'm a little nervous right now, but so excited. What a beautiful animal. This is Kendi, correct?
This is Kendi. He is a year-and-a-half-old cheetah.
Hey, Sandy!
That is unbelievable. So incredibly beautiful. I mean, what an amazing animal.
This is 2.4 million.
And worth every penny. It's absolutely gorgeous. That is just stunning. Wow! Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Yes, we're a drama queen.
It's okay. Where luxury meets sustainability and innovation and excellence are the standards. You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. Welcome to Passport to the Palm Beaches, where we dream, discover, and explore. We'll give you an insider's look at everything the stunning Palm Beaches has to offer. America's first resort destination is adorned with miles and miles of gorgeous tropical white sandy beaches, world-class golf, tennis, museums, extraordinary people, spectacular restaurants, renowned fishing and diving, luxury real estate, shopping, countless outdoor activities, and an unexpected wild side. It is the ultimate playground, retreat, and adventure all in one. Simply put, the Palm Beaches is the perfect escape. Don't settle for the ordinary. The Palm Beaches, it's like no other place in the world. You're tuned into Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and we are here at Superior Party Rental in Jupiter, Florida. Now, if you're planning a big event, something really important, maybe it's a corporate retreat, a destination wedding, or maybe a family reunion, the Palm Beaches is the place to be. We have so many gorgeous locations and amazing companies that can help you plan the perfect event that will go on without a hitch. In fact, I've got one of those amazing people with me today. Her name is Naomi Zora. Welcome, Naomi Zora of Naomi Zora Events.
Thank
.com. Definitely give her a call. You are a big award winner. Tell us about all of your fantastic awards.
I am listed on The Knot, on Wedding Wire, a few publications, Borrowed in Blue, Every Last Detail, a few of them. It helps when we get reviews from our clients and they kind of rave about us, so yeah.
So what's it like planning events here in the Palm Beaches? What makes this area so fantastic? Because it is. I mean, the events here are like nowhere else in the world.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We have a variety of venues. We have beach venues, we have country clubs, we have yacht clubs, you go 30 minutes and you're at a farm. So a ton of venues to pick from and just the weather. Why not? It's beautiful weather all the time. So you have a perfect backdrop. A lot of couples come here instead of going abroad or internationally, and they plan their destination wedding here. When I create a timeline for a wedding, I put a lot of detail and it's like a 2-month process to create a perfect timeline. So we're looking at 15 pages of details. It's a lot. I would say the detail that goes into it and just really allowing my client to trust me and trust in my ability to provide them with the best wedding that they want. Because there's no cookie cutter wedding. It's what's special to them.
And part of what you do is sort of protect the people
Yes.
you're planning for from all of the things that can and do go wrong. Do you have any good stories?
There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. Every wedding, there's bound to be something that happens that the bride is just unaware of. I've had fire trucks show up at weddings. I've had ambulance show up at weddings. I've had sprinklers going off in the kitchen. I mean, honestly, there are a million stories, but nothing too drastic.
And usually you can keep it from the bridegroom.
Yes, I do not tell them until after. We can laugh about it after, but in the moment, no way. What I would say is put your personality into your wedding. You know, couples get so wrapped up in wanting it to be perfect and going by the book of like etiquette, but just throw that out the window. Just go based off of your personality and everything will come together as it should.
Best tips for picking food for your wedding?
Do a tasting, do a food tasting, 100%, because some couples with destination, they're not always local. What I do is I say try to get a 3-day block during the week where you can fly in, you could do your floral mock-up, you could do your food tasting, you could do your makeup trial, like all of those hands-on activities that you can't do from a distance. Do all of it in person, but the food, that's important. When you think of a wedding and you think of the success of a wedding, you think of the food and the entertainment. So those 2 things are really important, and you want to make sure that you try the food, but you also trust your entertainment vendor as well. Bands are cool, but they don't play the original version, and DJs are also cool, but you don't get that live element. So when you fuse the 2 and you get a hybrid, that's probably my favorite. Tips, I would say kind of scout the area as far as what type of venue you're looking for, whether it be a farm, whether it be a country club, whether it be somewhere on the ocean, like a beachfront place, private residence. There's so many options down here, so that is equally as important, but also knowing the season that you want to get married, because we have seasons down here and it gets rainy in the summer, so that's not always the best for destination weddings. So yeah, just know your season, you plan your date around it, and your budget and guest count kind of falls into place.
What are some of your favorite venues here?
We have so many. We have the Breakers, Flagler Museum, Palm Beach. Down south, we have the Boca Resort, we have the Addison. So honestly, every venue has its own style, so it really depends on the couple.
Have you done a scuba diving wedding yet?
No, but that sounds fun.
So earlier when we were talking, you mentioned how sometimes a couple can really focus on the big picture too much and they forget about a lot of the little
Yes.
details. And one of the most important details, of course, is the table settings.
Absolutely.
So how do you go about deciding what is the perfect table setting for your event?
I think it comes down to the venue, the theme that the bride or the couple is looking for, and we kind of work based off of that. I have a saying, my clients can vouch for this, the devil is in the details. All of those little details add up. So your flatware, your glasses, your charger plate, your napkin ring, your napkin, all of those make a big difference and kind of help complete the look.
One of the other details that you mentioned, which I thought was so important, is people really need to get a video.
Yes.
If there's any way they can do it, because there is a big difference between, I mean, photographs are wonderful,
Yeah.
and they can capture a singular moment, but tell us why the video is so important.
Yeah, you know, photo, it captures those still memories. So you look back and you have these beautiful photos of your day and you don't really get to relive the live moment. The video, it's in person, it's live. It brings back that like feeling from your wedding day. Unfortunately, I had a couple that they did video, and not too long after the wedding, they had a family member that passed, and that video was so precious to them because they got to see that family member in the last few weeks leading up to what eventually was their passing. happy and, celebrating, and that's really important. So couples, when they tell me, I don't think I'll ever look at my video, you will. So my take is, and I know it's a little bit more pricey, but search for your photographer who meets the style that you love for photo, which also might be different from the video style. They have different editing styles. Every vendor is different. So my personal take is each vendor will specialize in a certain area, whether it be photo versus video. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me. And I know there are a lot of people out there too, you've heard horror stories that they pay a photographer or videographer and then they don't get anything back, or it takes forever. So do you have any good tips for them when they're hiring someone?
Hiring reputable people, but honestly, and I know I keep saying it, but that wedding planner, they're gonna connect you with the right people. They're gonna connect you with trusted, vetted vendors because ultimately that's the wedding planner's role, to connect you with trustworthy vendors, so their name is on the line. So you want to make sure that you're hiring a professional wedding planner who can then connect you with those preferred vendors.
What's the craziest request you've had for a wedding?
To have monkeys.
Thank you so much, Naomi. If you need the perfect event to come off without a hitch here in the Palm Beaches, NaomiZoraEvents.com. She's the one you need to talk to. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
There's a gentler side of Florida, just waiting for you to discover it, where America's first resort destination was built and genuine hospitality began. A place with cleaner sands, warmer waters, and fewer crowds. A place different than the rest, one that exceeds, excels, and surpasses all expectation, waiting here just for you. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches.
Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and today the segment is all about real estate. So I was thinking to myself, who should I get? Who do I know that's a real estate expert? And then I realized I was married to one, and I better ask him to be my expert. This is Horst Hull, the concierge broker, and he's amazing. He does a ton of luxury real estate all up and down the coast of South Florida, and primarily in Palm Beach County. How you doing, honey?
I'm great, and thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about your background in real estate. For those of us who aren't married to you, how did you get into real estate?
I got into real estate 35 years ago with luxury international real estate in Europe, actually. And my clients ask me all the time, they've been interested to invest in Florida, so how the market is there. And then one time I flew over here to take a look at it and started dealing in Florida, which was actually very fruitful and very nice, And honestly, when I came here over the first time, I knew I will move here permanently at one point, and I mean, nobody can blame me for that, It is beautiful here.
It is. One of the hottest areas in Florida, of course, is the Palm Beaches. So what makes the Palm Beaches so spectacular?
Yeah, Palm Beach County is like a beautiful county. It has great towns here. Delray Beach, Boca Raton, Palm Beach, the island, Palm Beach Gardens, which is all high-end communities and very luxurious build out. You have 46 miles of white, wonderful sandy beaches, Atlantic Ocean, which is warm all year round, a little bit warm in the summer, but you still can swim very comfortably here in the winter. There's a lot of things to do here too. You can have an extremely active lifestyle, from boating to golfing to diving to water skiing, surfing, and cultural-wise, beautiful museums, Museum of Northern Art. You have Morigami, these are like beautiful setups for gardens. You can go and watch an opera or a theater, they're touring here. It's very fantastic. It's a very safe area to live.
All right, so for anyone who's interested in buying a place in South Florida, which is pretty much everybody right now, we have so many people moving here because great investments, great locations, all the things that you talked about, we've got it all here. What are some great real estate tips for people?
You know, great real estate tips is work with professionals. That's number one. Do your homework when you start working with somebody. Look at track record, look at experience. That is very, very easy to figure out, especially in these days of age. You know, you can see this all. Normally people have like reviews online. So, and you can pretty much go with this that they are actually accurate. Make sure, you know, that you have a legal representation too, especially when you're out of state, because there's a lot of legal stuff that's different. You know, we got a lot of people from up north or even internationally. They've been very surprised how this works here. You know, they have contracts written up by lawyers in New York. You know, and here we have standard contracts, which doesn't mean you can't write it up with a lawyer, but it's all a different process. And for people that are coming from different countries, they surely want to make sure that they work with a good lawyer, a good CPA, because the tax laws are completely different. And you don't want to own the property and then get a really bad tax surprise. And then the other thing, you want to be in a great location. Location is always in real estate the most important part. So if you want to go to the north, south, east or west, you will find always a great property. It's just do your homework and see who built it and see who you're dealing with. And that's really one of the most important tips here.
Yes, so get a broker that you like, one that speaks your native language, especially if English is not your first, and make sure you've got a good attorney, because some of the laws are a little bit different here with real estate. But you're right, everywhere in Palm Beach County is absolutely gorgeous, and you can find a great investment.
Oh, absolutely.
You just need somebody who knows what they're doing.
And it depends what you want to do. If you want to retire, you're in a different location. If you're an active water sportler, you're in a different vacation. If you have kids in school and you change your whole life to Florida, it's a different location. But for everybody, we have something. We have A-rated schools, we have everything.
Perfect. All right, so I understand you've got a fantastic surprise for us right here in Delray. You arranged a private tour?
Yes, at Ocean Delray, actually, one of the ultra, and I mean really ultra luxury properties, brand new here in Delray Beach.
Fantastic. Let's go. Jacqueline Journey here for Passport to the Palm Beaches, here with John Michael Collins from IMI. Thank you so much for giving us this private tour. This is pretty spectacular here. So tell us how you got involved with the project.
Yeah, well, first off, thank you for having me here on your show. So I've been in the luxury real estate industry for about the last 11 years with a company called IMI Worldwide Properties. We focus mainly on new development, luxury product with developers, and manage the sales and marketing aspect for the developers. We were very, very fortunate to be introduced to John Farina, who is the CEO of U.S. Construction and the U.S. Construction team, in which we're handling their entire portfolio here in Delray.
It's exquisite, by the way. I mean, this is really just absolutely gorgeous. And I understand that you are the only property that's going to come to completion on the beach this year.
That's right, yeah. You know, we've been very successful over the last 2 years in our sales effort. And we're getting, as you can see, looking around, we're getting very close to completion. And you're right, we are going to be the only luxury boutique residential building on the water in Florida to be completed this year.
So anyone who's interested, tell us a little bit about Ocean Delray and what you have to offer here.
Of course. So really, John Farina's vision for Ocean Delray was to create a ultra luxury boutique residential building right here on the waters in Delray Beach. And so we've got 19 residences here. He wanted to accomplish a couple things to make this building unique. One of which is it was really important for all 19 residences to have oceanfront views.
So there's so many places you could put a beautiful development like this. Why Delray Beach? Why Palm Beach County?
Well, truthfully, you know, Palm Beach County is arguably one of the hottest real estate markets in the world, quite frankly, right now. And, you know, insiders have known for quite some time about Delray Beach and just how special that is. But over the last couple of years, Delray has really gone through a revamping, as you will. Everything from the accessibility to the restaurants. You can walk down the beach and grab a beer, or you can go have an amazing steak in a 5-star restaurant. So You know, it really offers everything that somebody would be looking for here in South Florida. What I like to say is live, learn, work, and play. Who doesn't want to walk right outside your door to the beach, you know, go boating, be able to play golf, and you can do that pretty much year round.
Now, I get the feeling you're going to sell out. If anyone is interested in getting into one of your gorgeous luxury properties, and these happen to already be sold, what have you got coming up?
Yeah, so, you know, right now at this point in time, we have 2 of the 19 remaining here at Ocean Del Rey. We've also got a new building which is just been released. It's essentially the sister building to Ocean Del Rey. 1625 Ocean is gonna bring this really nice Saint-Tropez, St. Bart's feel, and those 14 residences are actually located about 6 properties down the beach. Also, on top of 1625, we actually have 5 single-family homes that are going in right across from Ocean Del Rey. We call those the estates at Ocean Del Rey.
Thanks again, John Michael. We really appreciate the private tour of Ocean Del Rey. That's at oceandelrey.com. Anyone who's interested in living in this spectacular place, you've really done such a phenomenal job. All right, stick around. We're going to have more of Passport to the Palm Beaches coming up in just a few minutes. Passport to the Palm Beaches is brought to you by Discover the Palm Beaches. You're watching Passport to the Palm Beaches. I'm your host, Jacqueline Journey, and as you may or may not know, the Palm Beaches are known for spectacular art and incredible artists. Last season, we took you to the Norton Museum of Art for a private tour, also to the Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens. But this season, we've got an artist, an incredibly talented woman, originally from Berlin, who's lived here in the States for many years now, and she makes gorgeous photographs and pieces of art. Her name is Daniela Gross, and she's got a tremendous series of smoke, aquatic sensuality, seascapes, and much more. Let's meet her. So Daniela, you moved here from Berlin. How is South Florida different from Berlin? Was that a big culture shock?
Not a culture shock, it was more about the weather, the beautiful nature. I've never visited America prior to my move, so when I landed here in Miami, I saw the palm trees, the ocean. I was like, I think I'll make it just fine here. It started off by nature photography. Then I got into the signature edition, what I call, which is a combination of color, black and white pictures. Then I got into the more unique, combining fashion and photography. That's where my aquatic sensuality it came into play. And then I wanted to be a little bit more artistic, a little bit more creative. So I started experimenting with different layers, different abstract paintings, etc. And then I started my Figaro Abstract series as well.
And now this is almost a layering of different, can you describe sort of the process in creating this? I love this.
Thank you.
It really evokes an emotion, but it's very happy and cheerful.
Yes, so I have a couple of different variations of this. This one is actually a combination of abstract painting, a true abstract painting, and then we printed my self-portrait on top of that, embellished it a little bit further with more color, and then added the diamond dust and glitter to the painting. So this is a wonderful opportunity to bring out the creativity, a little bit uniqueness with the painting, the colors, the dust, the diamond dust. I absolutely love how the reflection of the sun and the light hits it. It's so beautiful. And for me, I always like to go large scale. So everything I do is also custom colored.
I love all the different textures as well. It
Yes.
feels like it really pops off of the canvas.
It does, and it also takes a very long time because you go back and you do it again. You do a little bit here, a little bit there. At the end, you finally see it all come together.
I love how you can work in so many different mediums as well. I mean, behind us we have something from the Aquatic Sensuality series, which I posed for.
Yes, you
Which was so much fun, but I have to say an ab workout, like lifting the legs, and it's a great core workout.
It sure is.
But it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. How did you come up with the idea of red-heeled legs on a beach or underwater. It's so unique. I hadn't seen that anywhere else.
It started with the underwater. I always had seen the underwater pictures of women swimming in the pool, and for me I thought, something is missing. And all my friends know what a kind of passion I have for shoes, so it kind of came naturally that the shoes had to go in the pool with me. And the red is just such a classic color that really stands out in the pool with the blue, colors. It made such a huge impact. I got the idea for the smoke series from a magazine. I've seen something similar and I thought, ooh, this would be interesting. So I've tried to experiment a little bit around until I finally figured out how to best take those smoke photography. What really struck with me was the fluid motion. It looked so sensual. It was something really creative. I love the fact that I can add the color, whatever the client needs. If they say, I have a pink pillow and I want you to match that color, I can do that. I bring in the different colorations they have for the interior. It was just really fun photographing that series because you just don't know how it turns out unless you sit in front of the photograph and really work it and see how the fluid motion come together.
So we know you love the Palm Beaches, obviously,
Yes, I
since you've made this
do.
your home for how many years now?
It's been 15 years.
Amazing.
Yes.
And one of the things that you do that I adore is you really create a love letter to the Palm Beaches with these seascapes and your classic series of piers and beaches and things like that. So what are some of the locations you do and what sort of inspired you to do that?
I used to work at the Four Seasons Hotel. And it all started from there, where I would walk every morning and see the sunrise by the beach, and I always was like, oh, I wish I had my camera. So, and then a couple of early mornings, I would go to the pier, the Lake Worth Beach Pier, and would take the sunrise pictures, and I just absolutely love the structure of the pier there and the beach. I have literally traveled everywhere from all the way down Miami, Key Biscayne, the Keys, all around Florida basically, but the Palm Beaches are just my home, and I love that so much here.
They're just gorgeous. So what kind of sizes are they available in for people who want to bring some of that Florida beauty into their living room?
Very good
How
question.
small and how big can they be?
There's, I would like to say, hardly any limit. So the widest I can go is 58 inches, and then I can print 120 inches, for example, for the acrylics. Same with the canvas, so I can really go big and large. The biggest piece I've ever printed was 6 by 10 feet. And it went in a condo in the lobby in Key Biscayne.
Beautiful. So how big is this one, for example? This
is-
looks pretty big.
Yes, this is 55 by 110 inches. And I have gone a little bit bigger with 58 inches and 120 inches recently for a client of mine.
Gorgeous. So anyone who wants to look at your work and all the different series you do, you have a website?
Absolutely.
So where should they go to learn more about the art?
It's dgphotoartdesign.com.
Perfect. And then they can see all of the series. Can they order on your website or get in touch with you directly?
They can get in touch with me. As I said, I'd like to come to the home if possible, or I do a lot of renditions for clients where they can basically see the art prior to purchasing. If they send me a picture of their home where they would like to install the art, and I superimpose it into the picture so they can get a better understanding on which one they really want to have in their home.
And how it's going to look. And I love that about what you do because it's so you and it's very unique, but every piece really is a one of a kind in the sense that you can create it for each individual that wants to have something really special for their own home.
One of my clients actually had this one in a black and white with sepia tones and a little burgundy color on the shoes. So that was a complete unique look that I haven't done for any client prior to. So, and it turned out absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much, Daniela, for having us into your home. Your work is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.